and welcome to Shah Alam, the state capital of Selangor here in Malaysia. We're at the Malawati Stadium for finals day at the Celcom Axiata Malaysia Open. This event is part of the MetLife BWF World Superseries, the elite tier of tournaments in the sport of badminton. 12 tournaments across the globe make up the Super Series, and the Malaysia Open is the third event on the 2016 calendar. Not only the third event, but also the second of 5 premier events, an even higher tier of tournament within the Super Series, the others being the All England, Indonesia, Denmark and China. But this is the last of the premiers before the end of the Olympic qualifying period. And of course, at the end of the year, we have the Super Series finals as well. Well, what a lineup we've got for you for finals day. We're starting with women's doubles, and Tang, Yuanting and Young appearing in their 9th final in only their 10th tournament together. They're up against Jung and Shin from Korea. Then men's doubles and the 2-time World Championship bronze medalists Kim Jung and Kim Sa-rang up against the 2014 beaten finalists here, Chai Biao and Hong Wei. Then mixed doubles and home interest, Chan Peng-soon and Go Liu-ying, beaten finalists 3 years ago up against the 2013 world champions Tantowi Ahmad and Liliana Nasir. Then women's singles and the Ratchanok Intanon going for back-to-back titles, having won in India last week. She's up against Tai Su-ying, the former champion here in Malaysia. Then we finish with men's singles and the 2-time reigning world champion Chen Long of China up against Malaysia's very own Lee Chong Wei, 10 times a former champion, appearing in his 12th final here today. So before our first final, we can look at the Destination Dubai rankings. Now, these are the rankings to qualify for the end of year Super Series finals. And as you can see, 2 Japanese pairs, 2 Chinese pairs, 2 Indonesian pairs in the top 10 of the women's doubles. And of course, our final features number 2 against number 5 ranked pairs. So the players waiting in the wings. The number 5 seeds Young and Tang Yuanting up against the number 7 seeds Jung Kyung and Shin Seung. Yang, there she is. This is her 5th final today, and this is how both pairs reached the final. Wonderful to see 4 different nations involved from semi-final stage. The Koreans beating the Asian Games gold medalists in yesterday's semi-final, and Tang Yuanting and Young beating the left and right-handed combination of Matsuo and Nato, who incidentally in the very first round put out last year's winners Liu Ying and Liu Yu. So the players being announced onto court for the first of our finals. Led out by Tang Yuanting and Young. Tang Yuanting, this will be her first appearance in a final here at the Malaysia Open for her partner. A 5th appearance, having won 2 previous titles. So to the number 7 seeds, Jung Kyung and Shin Seung. The Korean pair, this a 6th career final, a 2nd Super Series tournament final, which happens to be a 2nd Premier Super Series tournament final, because of course they won the Denmark Super Series last year, having come through the qualifying, but they didn't actually contest the final. They were given a walkover from the world and Olympic champions Tian Qing and Zhao Yunlei in Denmark. So this is actually their first Super Series final that they're actually contesting. So our umpire for this one, the toss of the coin for Tianju of Malaysia, his first duty. I'm Jill Clark, delighted to say that sitting alongside me once again is Steen Pedersen, the former head coach of the Denmark national team. And Steen, I know that you and I were talking about this final on the way to the venue this morning, and you're very excited about it.
Yeah, I think both pairs have played really well here in Shah Alam, and I always enjoy watching, especially Tang Yuanting, and I think the Chinese have a slight better chance to bag the title than the Koreans today, but it's going to be tough because we saw the Koreans play really well yesterday.
Yes, I concur with that. Tang Yuanting, 21 years of age, born in Nanning, in Guangxi province in southern China. She had an incredible year last year. She won 3 Super Series titles with 3 different partners. The All England with Bao Yixin, Australia with Ma Jin, and of course the China Open Premier with her partner of today. So Yu Yang, what an incredible record. She has got a 5th final here in Malaysia, a 4th women's doubles. She's won 2 previous titles, 2010 in the women's doubles with Du Jing, and 2 years prior to that she'd won the mixed doubles with her Han Bin. 30 years of age, she turned 33 days ago on Thursday. So what a lovely way it would be to celebrate her 30th birthday if they could win the title here. They're number 7 in the world ranking, as you saw, and just one of their matches going the full distance, the pair who've won the first 2 Super Series of the year. The number 3 seeds, Matsutobo and Takahashi, they were a game and 7-13 down in the second before winning 14 of the next 17 points. The deciding game, 21-18, was close as well. They were impressive yesterday, I have to say, against the Japanese pair of Matsuo and Nato. So to Jung Kyung, 26 last month, and she and her partner number 6 in the world ranking at the moment. They have been as high as 5, a total of 4 weeks at number 5. And as we saw earlier, the number 5 on the Destination Dubai rankings as well. So her partner, the 2-time World Junior Champion, followed it up with a bronze medal in Copenhagen at the World Championships. But of course, that was with Lee So-hee. As far as their matches are concerned, all of their matches in 2 straight games. And that included the quarterfinal against the 2-time World Junior Champions Chen Qing-chen and Jia Yifan, and the semi-final against the number 2 seeds Meswari and Polly. So this the first meeting between these 2 pairs. That's not altogether surprising, considering they're both fairly new partnerships. As we look at our court officials for this one, Tiao Kian Ju of Malaysia.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jendra Rai of
on my right,
India.
Jung Kyun-eun and Shin Seung-chan, Korea. And on my left, Yu Yang and Tang Yuanting, China. Yu Yang to serve to Shin Seung-chan. Le ball, play.
Well, what an incredible record it is already for Yu Yang and Tang Yuanting. 9th final in 10 tournaments played. And for Yu Yang, of course, it's a 4th women's doubles final here with a 3rd different partner. Oh, that was going wide, I think. Oh, my goodness.
Service over. 1-0.
Well, it's interesting, Steen, that you favour the Chinese pair coming into this final. Of course, last year we had an extraordinary Super Series, didn't we? 12 different pairs winning the 12 ordinary Super Series events. I'm not including the Super Series finals there. 9 of them were Chinese pairs and 9 different Chinese pairs.
2-1.
Yeah, they tried out a lot of different combinations, China. Probably a good thing to do ahead of the Olympics. We've seen they've struggled a bit. I mean, it's not very common that we have a Japanese pair winning 2 consecutive Super Series titles with all the Chinese pairs in the draw.
Yeah, well, it's the first time a non-Chinese pair has won 2 back-to-back women's doubles titles in the Super Series.
Yeah, and as you said, this pair here, Yu and Tang, they were in dire straits against Takahashi and Mashitomo in this tournament as well. But it seemed like they sort of found the plan in the middle of the second game, and I think they have a slightly better chance here, partly because they've never played the Koreans before, and I think there's a good chance that they will sort of give too much credit to Young, which I find is.
What do you mean? She's given too much respect because of her results?
Yeah, because of her name. She clearly was the best women's doubles players in the world for a number of years. But I don't think she has the same playing strength anymore. And we've seen Matsutomo Takahashi exploited. We've seen Maheswari and Poli exploited last week in India, I guess it was.
Yes, that's right.
But I'm not sure if the Koreans have picked up on it, since they haven't played them, and I don't think there's any Korean pair that's beaten this Chinese pair yet. That's well played.
That's a great smash, my goodness me. Wonderful angle and huge power.
And then there's also the other possibility that Young has sort of read the writing on the wall and are in better shape now than before.
Yes, because we felt at the end of last year that keep her at the back of the court, and then they were vulnerable as a pair. But
but there's different possibilities. You can target either Young or you can also target her partner if you feel that that's the best thing to do. Even though I think she's playing really, really well, it's difficult because Young is not intercepting a whole lot at the net, and she's not moving out in the attack, helping her partner. So if they've managed to deal with those tactical issues, the Chinese team of players and coaches, then they might be dangerous still.
Six, 3.
Well, of course, this lady was beaten finalist last year. It's her second consecutive final here. She was playing with the left-handed Chang Ye Na last year.
Service over. 4-6.
So it's not just the Chinese who've been experimenting with pairs prior to the Olympic qualification.
It's a luxury to have
Yes.
have that many good women's doubles players. Is it here? Tang Yuanting, she's attacking, and she's already sort of played 2-3 really good smashes, but it's just nullified at the net. So Young is not as skilled as some of the mixed doubles players that also play women's doubles in converting these small opportunities to bigger opportunities.
Yeah. Yes. Well, it's interesting you pick up on that, because I was in Delhi last week for the India Super Series event, and I was calling the match between this Chinese pair and Maheswari and Poli of Indonesia, and I felt that Yu Young was simply too static at the front of the court. I didn't feel that there was enough movement, and that's why she wasn't able to intercept enough and wasn't able to kill it when she did intercept.
Exactly, and the interesting thing here is, I mean, the Chinese players, of course, really, really good, and so are their coaches, so they must have picked up on this as well. Trying to set up good smash here, but trying to set up combinations so that Yang knows where she is supposed to cover. One idea might be to keep the attack to the either the forehand side or the backhand side of the Korean team, and sort of get Yu Young to move out to that side instead of just standing in the middle of the court.
6-7.
And that's a situation where most of the other top pairs will have an advantage against Yu Young. That's the close net game.
So back level, 7-all. Just turned the racket head at last moment there.
Service over.
Tang Yuanting.
8-7.
A little bit of deception, making it very, very difficult for Shin Seung. Now we talk about her reputation. Of course, she was Olympic champion in Beijing in 2008. In fact, she won 2 medals that year, didn't she? Because she was bronze medalist in the mixed doubles with her Han Bin as well. Seven times World Championship medalist Young.
9-7.
3 golds. Second player to win 3 consecutive women's doubles world titles. First being Shin. Yeah, there's the power play again.
10-7.
Pretty much the hardest smash in the women's game, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Very powerful.
Oh, yeah, hesitation on the return of serve. 11-7. The advantage for the Chinese pair. 8 minutes of play. Now, Steen, you said interesting on that return of serve. What were you meaning? That it went so long off the back?
It went so long out.
Because we've been trying to figure out the drift all week, and it does change from day to day, and it changes from court to court. Obviously, there's only one court for the finals, but
there's some sudden wind gusts appearing on the court, and that sort of creates these big mistakes that we normally don't see, even though a lot of the other stadiums are also windy conditions.
11-7. Play.
That's such a good smash across the body of Shin Seung.
12-7. Service for goal.
Struck above the waist,
Service over.
says our service judge.
12.
Oh no, it was racket head too high.
Sub over 38.
Yeah, and a player making a fresh air shot just proves your point about the drift and the wind conditions.
48.
You can see the Korean coach Kyung shouting into her players. She's sitting in a very, very awkward position next to the line judge on the baseline, so she's at a 90-degree angle to the match, which is definitely not where you want to sit as a coach.
58.
Oh, well taken off the top of the tape. Oh, challenge here. Yeah, the Koreans are challenging.
Shin and Jung challenge. Call in.
Yes, well, I thought it was just out. We've got pretty good sight of that line, haven't we, Steen?
Yeah, I thought it was out as well.
Yeah, indeed it was. So, an excellent challenge. It was called in. So, the line judge will be overruled by Hawkeye.
Challenge successful. Call.
No, the challenge was
Correction.
successful.
In.
No, this is all wrong. This is all wrong.
Yeah.
68.
No, 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 no. The shuttle was out. The shuttle was out. This is
Yeah,
this is
Kyung she
nonsense.
thinks what's going on.
This is nonsense.
Oh, this is terrible. It's the third time this week that we've seen the challenge situation messed up.
Service
Well,
over.
the shuttle was deemed out.
16.
The point should have gone to the Korean tear. That is awful. Now we've got two tournament referees.
Hey, don't challenge, you'll just lose a point.
But Steve, we've got two tournament referees sitting behind the court and a local assistant referee.
Yeah.
Now, why didn't one of them come onto court and say, umpire, we all make mistakes. I don't, you know, the umpire's just made a mistake. It's not a major issue. For goodness sake, we make mistakes every day, don't we?
Yeah, yeah, I made one. No, I can't remember when I made one.
You rascal. You rascal. Here we go.
Correction.
Yeah.
Out.
Well, this time
Service
they are
over.
awarded the point.
10-6. Play.
I don't understand the point of having tournament referees if they're not going to come on and correct things.
And we talked about it yesterday, Jill. We talked about it that it is not good that the players should focus their concentration
Service
on
over.
getting the
17,
challenge situation
10.
right, helping the umpire. That's just not fair that it's up to the players. Well, big lead for Yuanting and Yuanting, playing on the supposedly good side here, but I think also that we can see the Koreans, they have the right ideas, but they pick up on them a little bit late, and I think that's partly due to they've never played this pair here. They haven't got a video where they themselves can see their actions.
Service over. 11-19.
That's preparation for the game.
Oh, my goodness. It's gone wide.
Service over. 20. Game point.
Yeah, they were a little bit fortunate there, the Chinese pair, but it was definitely wide of the sideline. And game point opportunities for Tang Yuanting and Young. It's gone long. Opening game, 21-11.
First game won by Tang Yuanting, Young.
16 minutes for the opening game. Male coach there, Jung. mixed doubles title in Glasgow in 1997. Well, the Korean pair perhaps can draw confidence from the fact that this near side of the courts has been favoured. You said the supposedly easier side to play, Steen?
It's at least easier to convert the attack to a point, but the problem is that it's not so easy playing a more defensive style. So if I should give a piece of advice to the Koreans, then it would be to play a much more attacking style and play a flatter defense. Try to get it past Young, or just get it to block it so you can put pressure on Tang Yuanting on the back court with a flat shot in order to get the attack.
Service over. 1 love.
That's better.
Much more alert than she was last week.
Yeah.
Service over. 1-0.
Missed it.
Service over. 2-1.
One of the things that I would do if I could choose is that I'd flick Young, because I don't think she's really dangerous.
Service over.
but the service umpire is dangerous.
Yes. Well, it's become a sort of habit, almost.
I simply don't agree with that
No,
call.
no, me neither.
2-0.
Any flick serve is just called a fault, which means that...
And I know we have a better chance of watching it in slow, but the thing we can see is that the racket head does not go up.
3-2.
Not until after the serve has been played.
No.
4-2.
Well, she may have missed on that occasion, Young, but I have to say she's moving much, much more freely than she did last week in Delhi.
Yeah.
Ready? Play. Young.
She's moved towards the backhand side before the return even is coming. Now she moves.
3-5.
And that means that they're going to target the forehand side of the Korean player that is standing on the right-hand side of the court.
Oh, brilliant
That's
defense.
good.
Oh, amazing. Great rally. Yeah, Park Min approving of that. My goodness, they were in all sorts of trouble earlier on in the rally. Prior to what we've just seen again. Oh.
I don't like that shot from Shin.
No, what would you prefer?
Cross, definitely a cross. We've seen before that Young is sort of covering that backhand side, so should be a lot of space left on the cross. And also the service returns from the Korean pair. Why not just play it to the net? Just keep it below the tape. It's definitely going to be a lift from Young.
Service over. 7-5.
Now the umpire there covering his microphone, so we couldn't really hear what was being said. I don't know if you picked it up, but according to the rules, an umpire shall ensure players and spectators are kept informed of the progress of the match. Now, surely that was something about the progress of the match.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so we need to know.
Service over. 6-7.
I can see Kyung Min outside of your picture. I can see Kyung Min is telling the player that you should have just crossed it again, and I totally agree.
Yeah.
Move the backcourt player from side to side, take one step forward, so we're able to counter-attack if she is trying to hit a downward shot.
Back level, 7-all. Yes, a powerful smash.
8-7.
I think one of the problems for the Koreans is that we normally see Koreans doubles very much stick to their own game plan, which is more or less independent of who they play. And that makes it difficult for them here.
Chinese pair, 6 of the last 7 points. Oh, it's brilliant. Lovely play from Jung.
Service over. 8, 9.
Just explain that a little bit more to me, Steen, because I've got question marks in my mind. You're saying that the Korean pair have their set style.
The Korean doubles players, they are very, very true to their own playing style and their own game plan for how they suppose doubles should be played. And they rarely change it.
Yeah.
They stick to it. So, in many ways, you could say that
9-0.
They're using more strategy to how they think doubles should be played than tactics. How should we actually play compared to the opponents that we're facing here?
Yeah.
Ten, 9.
It's gone long. And to the mid-game interval
11,
on a run of 4
9.
straight points.
In cover.
The Korean combination.
But look how far out Yuanting is.
Yeah.
There's so much room in the forehand side, and that means that Tang Yuanting, she will never hit a cross smash there. Maybe once in a while, but then let her get that point. So you should move the defense to the right-hand side as well, Korea team. That's of course because if Tang Yuanting hits a cross smash, she will totally abandon her partner. She has no chance of intercepting then.
No. Opens up the court.
11, 9. Play. Service over. 10, 11.
That's better. That's better. It's so important for the Koreans that they get to move Tang Yuanting, and if they lift, the first lift, if that is a little bit too high, then she will attack with a powerful smash, and then it's difficult to move her from side to side. So the first lift is so important that it's reasonably flat.
Well, since the inception of the Super Series, Chinese combinations have won 7 of the 9 women's doubles titles here at the Malaysian Open. Only once have Korea won. That was in 2009 with Lee Ho-jung and Lee Kyung-won. Oh, it's gone long. I felt that was an important rally. I felt there was a chance for the Korean pair to get a real psychological edge on their opponents.
Yeah.
Oh, good defense.
Well played. Well
Good
played.
rally. Very good rally.
And she moves so fast from her backhand side to her forehand side, Tang Yuanting. This move here, she's able to put a lot of pressure on Jung. clever play.
Service over, 40-12.
Perhaps would have been better to let that go through
Service
to her
over.
partner.
30-14.
It's a good serve. Well, she's still trying to block straight.
Yeah.
You want to see that cross.
And yeah, maybe she can't do anything else.
Yeah.
But the problem is the lift. The lift sort of means that the smash coming from Tang Yuanting is too good for the Koreans. They don't have enough opportunities. Perhaps they feel they have to lift high in order to control the drift, and I'm pretty sure that the drift has helped the Chinese pair in this tournament. I mean, Tang Yuanting, she doesn't really care whether she hits with the drift or against the drift. It's very, very powerful anyway. So it's back to the style of Giffey and Jung,
Yeah.
who played a lot like this, always targeting the right hands, or yeah, the right side of the court with their opponents.
Ah, there we are. That's the one you wanted.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, what a rally.
Service over.
Huge gap across court, but it all started that shift of momentum with the block across court, which is exactly what you've been advocating. Well, look at that, rear court winners. 3 times as many from the Chinese combination.
Play.
And that's just outright rear court winners. There's also how many times you set up your partner for a winner.
Yeah.
And I think the Korean pair has played a bit too defensive in this match. Perhaps they've been forced to do it, but I don't think they will survive a close score, 1 game down, by playing defensive.
There's the block across court again.
Yeah.
Oh, my word, what a backhand. Oh, fabulous rally. Wonderful.
Service over.
This is women's doubles at its best.
16.
Look at that backhand. And then probably anywhere other than where she played it from the net would have put the Chinese pair under pressure.
And here we have the front court winners, 10 versus 3.
Yeah. So when you combine the two, that's the big difference, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 16-5.
Yeah.
Seventeen, 15.
It's a good smash across the body. Look at that athletic movement.
Play.
And that's what it's all about. I mean, get Young to move before she hits. If you play it directly at her, her racket skills are still excellent.
Could be a costly
Service
mistake.
over. 18-16.
Yeah, there's a challenge. It was called out. It's their first challenge of the match. Chinese pair.
Yeah, definitely worth a challenge. It's always hard for the linesman to call these shots that are sort of sliding out. We got this one right. Let's see if the umpire gets it right.
Successful. Service over 17-18. Yuanting, Tang, one challenge remaining. Play.
Now once again, a very, very powerful smash.
19.
With perfect placement
17.
towards that left hip. So match points have arrived
17.
for Tang, Yuanting and Yuanting. 3 opportunities to take their third Super Series title. Short, yeah, first time of asking. And Tang, Yuanting and Yuanting.
There's a challenge.
Well, there's no question it was in, surely. 21-17 in my opinion. I suppose we better wait for Hawkeye. I thought that was a mile in. Yeah, it was.
It was.
So, 38 minutes.
Game.
Yeah, absolute delight for Yuanting and Tang Yuanting. 3 consecutive years they've won a Super Series title now. Their first ever title, which was just seemed to be a one-off tournament together in India in 2014. Last year they won the China Premier Super Series, and now here at another Super Series, the Premier Malaysia Open. Yeah, it's not even close when you see it from that angle, was it? 2 straight games, 21-11, 21-17. And a 5th career title in total, a 3rd Super Series. And there's confirmation of how they did it. So to the prize presentation for the women's doubles. So Paul Erik Hoyer Larsen, President at Badminton World Federation, steps forward to make the presentations. Kyung and Shin Seung for Jung, second consecutive year. She's had to settle for second best. A third Super Series title for Yuanting and Tang Yuanting. The fairy tale start to their partnership continues. A 9th final today in only their 10th tournament together. A 5th title in total, but a 3rd Super Series. For Yuanting, it's a 3rd Malaysian Open title. A 2nd women's doubles to go with the title she won in 2010 with Jung. Well, who would have thought when they were a game and 7-13 down in their quarter-final match against Matsutomo and Takahashi that they would be standing on top of the podium here on finals day. Very handsome check to go with the title. So before the men's doubles final, a chance for us to look at the Destination Dubai rankings in the men's doubles. And 2 Malaysian, 2 Indonesian, 2 Korean pairs, the number 1 on the list, with 2 consecutive semi-finals in the first 2 events, Shin and Kyung. As far as last week was concerned, well, the winners, Finaldi and Celcom shot up 14 places to number 3, as you can see. And the beaten finalists went up 7 places to number 2. So our final today features the equal number 6 pair, Kim Ki-jung and Kim Sa-rang, and the number 10 pair on those Destination Dubai rankings, Chai Biao and Hong Wei. Well, extraordinary situation in the men's doubles here. All 8 seeds through to the quarter-final stage. That is actually very rare that that happens in men's doubles. Only 5 different nations at quarter-final stage, as you can see, an all-Korean semi-final in the top half of the draw. And the Danes, Kodrand and Kolding, put up a marvellous showing by beating the defending champions and 2-time winners, world champions as well, Asan and Setiawan, in that quarter-final. So here, the Chinese combination and the Koreans, Kim Ki-jung and Kim Sa-rang. The Chinese pair considerably taller than the Koreans. Chai Biao and Hong Wei, former finalists here, reached the final 2 years ago when they lost out to Shin, who's currently number 1 on the Destination Dubai, with his previous partner, Lim Kim Hwa, the left-hander. For the Korean combination, well, they've never previously been beyond the quarter-final stage at this particular event, and that's despite being seeded at the last 3 Malaysian Opens. So the number 5 seeds against the number 4 seeds. So in theory, the Chinese should be favourite for this. So, as far as Kim Ki-jung is concerned, 25 years of age. They're currently number 8 in the world ranking. They did spend 7 weeks as a world number 4s. 3 different spells at number 4 in the world. They are the 2-time World Championship bronze medalists in Guangzhou, and then last year a bronze in Jakarta. This is their 6th Super Series tournament final and their 7th Premier Super Series. Well, in their second round against Anggriawan and Saputro, had to save 4 game points in that opening game before winning it 27-24.